What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 228, and we start today's episode off with our second of three pre-season friendlies as we take on the French side Nantes here. And as you can see, we went a goal down, Gnabry then equalised for us, Martial then got a red card, and the game ended up finishing as a 1-1 draw. And as I mentioned before, pre-season friendlies for me, I literally could not care about the result any less than I do right now. Like, seriously, I don't think I'm ever going to care about the results in preseason friendlies. They'll always get simulated. The only thing that bothers me in preseason friendlies is whether my players get injured or not. And of course, I don't want them to get injured, and that's why, as you can see by the team lineups I usually pick out there, it's always completely different to the first 11 I'll play for the rest of the season. I play as many fringe players as possible because I just want to minimize the chance of any first 11 players getting injured. If you look at my bench there, I've got Martinez, Ince, and Carboni on the bench. The midfielder, well, one of the midfielders there playing alongside Illaramendi, Miaichi, and Martial is a fella called Daniels. He's a goalkeeper. He's a goalkeeper playing in central midfield for us. He does have that as his secondary position, but the point is, as we won that game by 2-0, I literally just don't want to play any of my first 11 players because I don't want them to get injured or anything. But even so, following that, as you can see, Bolton came back to us regarding a transfer offer they put in for Craig Butler. They said they'd give us 375 grand for our centre-back, and I said okay, because he was here when we joined Arsenal, but I don't believe he's ever gonna, succeed. He's 21 years old. He's 68 overall, so he could develop to a decent squad player for us. But to be honest, I just don't see it happening this season, and probably the season after that, or the season after that, really. So even if we were going to continue the series, like, I don't imagine this guy will be the type of player that's a good enough squad player for us to want to keep at Arsenal. So he's gone, and I'm okay with that. And to be honest, as you can see the Arsenal squad right now, as we're just about to go into our first game of the new season, which will of course be the Community Shield against Manchester City. It is a really decent squad, and I'm very happy with the changes we've made since we arrived at the Emirates, over a season ago now, a year and a half ago, I guess. When we arrived here at the Emirates, this Arsenal squad, it actually took me quite a while to figure out how to use it, what type of players I wanted to bring in, what type of players I wanted to keep here at this Arsenal team, because, we haven't completely changed every single player here. There are still quite a few players that were in this Arsenal team when we joined, but we have made loads of changes, we have made loads of new signings, we have sold quite a few players, and I'm liking this Arsenal team. And of course, this year our objective with Arsenal is going to be to win the Champions League. The board say they want us to reach the semi-finals, but I'm sorry, but we want to win the Champions League this year. We really do, because last year we did reach the semi-finals. We would like to go one step further and reach the final, but for me, I'm targeting a win in the Champions League. So I definitely believe that as you're looking at this squad right now, this is how I've got it set up for the new season. I'm going to play a 4-4-2 diamond central. Last year I was playing a diamond wide. Now I'm going to change it to a diamond central. Have Ramsey in the holding midfield slot, Savanier in the CM slot as well. He's now been pushed into the centre as opposed to last year when he was playing down the left-hand side. I definitely believe this side does have enough quality to win the Champions League this year. It will be difficult for us, yes, with a couple of new signs we've made. Well, there's 3 new players in the first 11 right now. Of course, the German midfielder, the Italian goalkeeper Carboni, and also the Italian centre-back De Vito. I believe that this squad's got enough to win the Champions League. It'll be difficult for us, but that is going to be our main aim coming into the season. But still a long way to go, and of course the first game of the new season is the Community Shield of Arsenal here as we take on Manchester City. And the first chance did fall to us. Niang's shot was well saved by Ruffier, and the follow-up header was also stopped by the goalkeeper, so still 0-0. And in the 14th minute here, we pass out from the back as Callum Chambers plays it through the middle towards Lazari. Lazari plays a great through ball inside towards Niang. One-on-one with Ruffier, rounds him with a heel-to-heel flick. The shot is saved by the goalkeeper, but it comes straight back to Niang, and Niang ends up putting the ball into the back of the net and makes it Arsenal 1, Manchester City 0. So just after the quarter of an hour mark, we do take the lead in this game. It is Niang who gets the goal, and a pretty fortunate goal as well, because as soon as Niang went forward there, I heel flick round the goalkeeper. I didn't get the finish right. The goalkeeper saved it. The goalkeeper did save it, but it was sort of, a combination of the goalkeeper diving, but me sort of shooting at the goalkeeper. But it fell straight back to Niang, and he's not going to miss it the second time of asking. So Arsenal 1, Manchester City 0. City had a great chance to equalise in the 21st minute though. but Carboni made a really good save. So Carboni, one of the three players making his debut in this game, made a really good stop, and the Italian does keep the score at 1-0. And in the 30th minute, a great chance for us to make it 2-0 as Aichicek rounds his man, and I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, so feel free to let me know what the actual pronunciation is. He plays a great through ball towards Rodrigo Lazzari, and Lazzari does make it 2-0. However, the goal is disallowed for offside, and I think everyone sort of knew it was offside before he even put the ball in the back of the net. It was a wonderful finish by Lazzari, lovely stroke of the right foot there into the bottom corner, but as you can see, it was a mile offside, and the correct decision. So still 1-0 to Arsenal in this game, and in the 38th minute here, City come through, looking for the equalising goal as Danilo's on the ball, and finds the former Arsenal man, Sami Nasri. He picks out Zuccolini, who crosses the ball towards Negredo in the centre, and the Spaniard's header goes off target and behind for a goal kick. So good chance there, but still 1-0. And from that resulting goal kick, Carboni plays it forward towards Ramsey here. Aaron Ramsey plays that wide towards Luke Garbutt. Garbutt inside towards Kevin Savanier. Savanier finds Aichicek, who plays a lovely through ball towards the run of Aubameyang down the left-hand side here, holds the ball up, waits for a runner, drills in a cross. Company doesn't deal with it, and in the centre, a brilliant chance for Lazzari to make it 2-0, but his shot is brilliantly saved by Ruffier, and it's still 1-0. So we are still only leading by a goal to nil in this game, but a very action-packed first half. And on the stroke of the half-time mark, Niang does turn Fernando here down the right-hand side, cuts past his man, Blanco hops inside, doesn't really make connection with the shot. Ruffier punches the ball away, only as far as Rodrigo Lazzari, and Lazzari had one goal chalked off for offside, but they're not going to chalk this one off. It's a really nice finish by Lazzari on the weaker right foot, volleying it past the goalkeeper, but to be honest, Ruffier should have done better with his punch here. He gets two gloves on it, he fists the ball straight into the path of the little Italian, and it's a good finish by Lazzari. You know, first time, weaker right foot on the volley. It's not going to be easy for him, but he strokes the ball into the far corner. It actually takes a touch of the diving Vincent Kompany's back and does nestle into the back of the net, and it is Arsenal 2, Manchester City 0 going into the break. So 2 goals up in this game, and City did have quite a few chances in this game. You know, Carboni had to make a good stop, and obviously Negredo's header went just over the bar, but to be honest, as you can see in the top left, it was a game in which we were playing really well, and in the 55th minute we should have made it 3-0, and Aubameyang went through one-on-one after the ball got played through into his path, but he couldn't put the shot on target, so still 2-0, and another great chance here for us to make it 3-0. Aaron Ramsey leads a counter-attack for us and spreads that wide towards Lazzarini off the bench. He takes it around his man, keeps hold of the ball, good run by Lazzarini, quick little step over and shoots, but Ruffier makes the save, and City get the ball away, so still 2-0, and if anyone's going to score a third goal, it'll probably be us. However, in the 81st minute, a good chance for City to grab themselves a route back into this game. They cross the ball towards Cavani at the far post, and the Uruguayan's header goes just over the bar and behind for a goal kick, so still 2-0, and just a couple of minutes later, Manchester City came forward again here with Cavani on the ball. They did start to come alive a little bit later on, knowing that their chances of getting back into this game were running out, and they did grab themselves a route back into the game through Emenike, a long ball forward towards Emenike, and I actually thought the Nigerian was offside here as the ball got played forward, but maybe not. Maybe that's just me with some poor vision. I thought it was offside on first viewing though, but maybe he did hold his run just on time. But Emenike does make it 2-1, and City are back in this game here with Emenike getting the goal through the header, and just a couple minutes later another great chance for City, so they really did leave it late in this game to start coming at us. And as Cavani finds Rakik here, the centre back, they push bodies forward, play it through towards Zuccolini, and what a big miss that is by the midfielder. His volley goes off target and behind for a goal kick, so still Arsenal 2, Manchester City 1, and yet another great chance for Manchester City in the 89th minute here. Rakik on the ball, finds Sami Nasri, plays it in towards Emenike, and his strike goes just wide the post and behind for a goal kick. So City with a real late flurry of chances, but it only took them one of them, and that's why we were still 2-1 up in this game. And the final chance would actually fall to us here in stoppage time after some nice passing. Season Yang played the ball through towards the path of Danny Welbeck, and Welbeck off the bench does put it past Ruffier and make it Arsenal 3 and Manchester City 1. So we survive a late scare, a late flurry of chances from City. Wasn't enough for them to grab themselves an equalising goal and send this game to a penalty shootout. Danny Welbeck makes it 3-1 to the Gunners, and we were deserved victors in this game because, yes, you know, City did get themselves back into the game later on with that goal for Emenike, and they did have a couple of good chances as well, but for the most part, for the entire 90 minutes, I guess, we were the better side, and that's why we did run out 3-1 winners. So Arsenal 3, Manchester City 1, we do win a Community Shield, and, you know, it's always nice to win silverware, and, you know, we're happy to win it, obviously. I do usually win a Community Shield on most seasons when I'm playing it. There's only a couple of times I can recite actually losing the competition, but it's certainly not something which we'll look back on at the end of the season and go, you know, we won this trophy, we won that trophy, and oh yeah, we won a community shield. That's fantastic. You know, it's not something we're going to be too excited about, but even so, it's a trophy. It's a trophy at the end of the day. I want to win everything, and you know, it's still pretty nice to win it, and a good way to lay out your intentions for the upcoming season. But that is going to be the episode, guys. So as always, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode of career mode, then please do leave a like. It is much appreciated, and of course, it really does help my channel out. But of course, if you don't want to leave a like, you don't have to. And I will see you for the next episode of career mode very soon.